Hi everyone, my name is Charlotte and I'm a third year medical student here at Brighton and Sussex Medical School. This week I'm going to be filming a short week in the life video so that you can see what I get up to in a typical week of med school. So I'm currently on my surgical rotation, and this week specifically I'm on vascular surgery. So surgery, you do kind of clinics, theatres, ward rounds, and I'm going to show you what I get up to in the week. In third year you have 4 rotations, so that's medicine, surgery, psychiatry and elderly. Medicine and surgery are 10-week placements, and psychiatry and elderly are both 5-week placements. In a typical week you'll have 4 days of placement and 1 day of lectures. For us that's on a Monday, and you have online lectures in the morning with everyone, and in the afternoon you all split off into your different rotation groups. So we've had lectures that are specific to surgery and things that will come across on our surgical placement. So this is just a short clip from our lectures this morning. This was the pharmacology lecture. After this finished, I had lunch and then headed down to the Audrey Emerton building for the in-person lectures that afternoon. I then had a meeting with Paediatric Society, as I'm part of the committee as an events coordinator, so we were discussing all of the different events coming up throughout the year. Later that evening, I went ice skating with some friends from medical school. It was a really fun evening, and I would recommend to anyone that's in Brighton over the Christmas period. So on Tuesday morning, I had a clinic for vascular surgery. This was actually really good. The consultant got us to take histories from patients, and we examined the patient together, and even got to see an ultrasound of an abdominal aorta. So a really good morning actually. The clinic was down at the outpatients department next to the Royal Sussex County Hospital. And after I'd finished with that, I came home and I did some work. I was doing some notes on vascular conditions that I'd seen that morning. I use Zero to Finals and just type it up in a Word document, and I find this has worked so far for year 3 to learn the main things about a lot of the core conditions. That evening I went to netball training. It was quite a small turnout because it was so cold, but we did lots of shooting practice, and it's just a really fun way to de-stress after placement, and I try and go every week. So on Wednesday morning I had a vascular ward round with my placement partner, and our clinical fellow was there. So a clinical fellow is a doctor that has time scheduled into their weeks to teach us medical students, because things are really busy in hospital and the surgeons don't always have time to teach you. So it's been a really useful asset, and our clinical fellow was explaining everything on ward round. They were going quite quickly, so it was really helpful to have him there. This is just me heading into placement, but it was a very rainy day, as you can see, so I decided to get the bus, and in the afternoon we had a bit of teaching with our clinical fellow as a group. On a Wednesday I go to women's football. The vibes are always so good, everyone has so much fun, and it's honestly one of the things I love most about BSMS. They have their own sports teams, so you get to play with other medics in different years, and all of the timetabling fits around your very busy schedule, which is amazing. BSMS offers a MedSport membership, which means that you can play for any of the medics teams for the whole year. They have hockey, football, netball, rugby, tennis, badminton, all sorts of sports. And if that's not enough, you can also join the University of Brighton or the University of Sussex sports teams and societies. So we get to be part of all 3. On Thursday morning, I had some self-directed learning time, which is basically time scheduled into the week for you to do some independent study. You can do what you like in this time. So, for example, I was making a presentation here that I had to present in the afternoon, but you could also use it to catch up on lectures. I had something called a student-led seminar that afternoon where we all have to make a presentation on a case that we might come across, and I did mine on gallstones. After my presentation, I made some more notes before going to five-a-side football and a netball match. Obviously, a big part of the surgical rotation is going to the theatres themselves. I have personally really enjoyed this. I found it so interesting, and to be honest, quite a privilege to be able to go and watch people have surgery. I didn't know if I would love it at first, but I just thought I'll go in with an open mind and see what it's like, and I've absolutely loved it, and I think I'm going to miss it for the next couple of terms. Here's a few clips from my journey down to the hospital this morning. It was such a lovely wintry morning. I was scheduled for interventional radiology theatre this morning, so I headed down to level 5 to get changed into some scrubs in the theatres. This is the view from the IR suite, which is just lovely, and it was a really interesting surgery. I did a bit of work in the LMB cafe, and then we had some more teaching with our clinical fellow, and then I finished the week with this lovely sunset on my way home. I hope everyone's enjoyed that really short glimpse into what it's like to be a third year medical student here at BSMS. I've been loving it so far. It's been so fun to put all of that knowledge that we gained in year 1 and 2 into practice and really bring everything to life. So I hope that you would all like to come to BSMS, and really good luck with the applications.